Hey there, friends. All right, happy Tuesday. Yes, I am like wrapped up in a blanket scarf because while the sun is shining and I don't even think it's that cold out there, I am always cold. So I am coming to you with your training tip of the day today. I'm just gonna call it Business Tip Tuesday because I usually do this on my Melanie Mitro page, but I'm doing it over here today. So let me know if you can hear me. Okay, hello. All right, so let's talk. Let's keep this conversation going. Did you guys see on my Instagram feed last night where I talked about time management and I talked about time blocking with all of you, right? And I showed you, I talked a little bit about my Google Calendar. That's what I use. Everybody asks me about planners. I just really don't have a planner that I love right now, which means that I should probably create my own planner, right? That probably would be a good game plan for me. I should put that on the to-do list. But right now, for me, I love my Google Calendar. Now, before I get into that, my business tip of the day is that one of the biggest things that irk me, and I'm trying to think about what's the right way to say this without offending people, because I'm sure I'm gonna offend somebody because it's just one of those topics, right? So when I make these posts on my Instagram, on my Facebook, and I'm giving business advice, right? And I'm talking, or even fitness advice, and I'm talking about my mindset, and I'm talking about the ways that I plan out my business or sacrifices that I've made or choices I've made to get to where I want to be. The first thing that people start to comment underneath of my stuff is gosh, I wish I was successful, or I'm not far enough along in the business, or, I don't have spouse support, or I work full time and I have 4 kids, or I wish I could be as successful as you, or, I should hire a cleaning lady, but I feel like I should do it all. And so I just it's like nails on a chalkboard when people try to validate why they aren't taking advice. All right. Now, I'm not sure if that comes out right, but let me kind of give you an example. When I talk about planning out your business hours, and I talk about, the importance of saying to yourself, what are the activities in my life that are not the best use of my time? For example, hiring a cleaning lady, right? It is not the best use of your time. If you work full time, if you have small children, or if you're a stay-at-home mom that is also simultaneously trying to build a successful business, there is nothing wrong with hiring a cleaning lady. Nothing. It does not make you any less of a mother because somebody comes and cleans your house. Who cares, right? If that is 8 hours or 5 hours or 3 hours out of your day that you're not scrubbing toilets and you're making your family money, or better yet, you're spending quality time with your kids, that doesn't make you a bad mom. That makes you smart, right? That makes you smart. So number one, stop feeling guilty for getting help, all right? Secondly, if you're saying to yourself, I have big goals and dreams of building a successful business, but you don't want to get a babysitter for 2 hours a day or twice a week for 3 to 4 hours because you feel like it's your job to be the stay-at-home mom and you feel guilty for hiring somebody, don't you feel more guilty when you're distracted all of the time because you're trying to answer emails and you're trying to create social media posts and you're trying to conduct business and your kids are running all over the place and you can't focus on anything and you don't feel like you're a very good mom because you're trying to be a business owner and mom at the same time? And then you carry around this insane mom guilt? Just hire help, get a babysitter, go to the coffee shop and work for 4 hours, let somebody else play games and do lunch and go to the park. And then when you come back, you've done the most important activities and now you get to be mom. I don't understand why we feel guilty for that. So we have to take that hat off and say, if I want to build a business and I have business goals, I have to treat it like a business and I can't feel guilty for wanting to work. All right. So that's kind of the second thing. I'm trying to think what the other, hiring an assistant. So many people say to me, I wish I could hire an assistant, but I don't want to take the time to train them, or it's so overwhelming to find somebody, or where I wish I could find an assistant. Friends, come on. There are things in your business that an assistant can do, right? Your administrative activities, absolutely. As a business owner, I said it last night, one of the biggest mistakes I made as a new business owner was that I thought I could do it all. And yes, I could do it all, but it's not the best use of my creativity. It's not what's going to produce me more income in the bottom line. And investing in my company is smart. So if you're sitting here right now saying, I want an assistant, or it would be nice to have an assistant, then what is stopping you? Make a post on your Instagram, on your Facebook, in your community forums. Get it out there anywhere you know. Post an assistant, part-time, 10 hours a week, or maybe even it's less than that. And then just make a list of the activities. And when you hire somebody, you just say, hey, this is the first time I'm doing this. My business is a startup. I'm just getting started, but these are the things that I want to delegate, right? Because I want to be able to spend my time on doing the creative things that I know that are going to help me move my business forward. And guess what? We all hired assistants for the first time, not knowing what we were doing, but we made out just fine. And you know what? It is so nice to be able to say to myself in the mornings when I wake up that certain activities are getting done and I can focus on other things. It allows me to be more productive in the most important activities. And there is no level of income that you need to be making to hire an assistant. All right? So I want you to think about that. So I think the bottom line is you have to say to yourself, like, when people give you business advice, are you commenting and saying, are you giving excuses? Are you trying to validate why you haven't done the advice that somebody's asking you yet? Like, if you haven't sat down and planned out your week and your business hours and your to-do list, why? Right? So what I want you to do is think before you act. Think before you type. Think before you comment. Is what I'm about to post value added? Is what I'm about to post an excuse? Am I trying to validate how busy I am? Or am I taking ownership of my business? All right? That's so important, is that if we want to be true, successful entrepreneurs, we have to take ownership of our business, and we have to lean in to the advice that other people who have paved the road before you are giving, and decide whether or not it fits into your goals, your vision, where you want to go with your business, and then you choose whether or not you want to take that advice and use it, or you want to kind of chuck it to the side and move on. All right? So everything that I have ever figured out, from how much to pay an assistant and how to manage like the person and cleaning ladies and all of that, I have gone to good old friend Google. I have asked friends in my neighborhood, anybody have a recommendation for a cleaning lady, right? I have gone to community forums and asked, for cleaning lady suggestions, or, babysitters, all of that stuff. You just have to ask. So bottom line, if you want to be successful, stop just collecting advice from people and start taking advice and putting it into action. If you have been saying that you need to get an assistant for the past couple of months or even the past 3 weeks and you still haven't put up a post to hire somebody, that's on you. That's your fault. You're losing ground in your business every day by not asking for help. And it can be help in any way, shape, or form. Assistant, babysitter, nanny, house cleaner, whatever it needs to be. Ask for the help. Get yourself a planner, and you don't even have to go out and get a fancy system. Google is free. Google Calendar, free, right? Didn't pay a dime for it. Can color block it. I have good old sheets of notebook paper that my to-do list is written on. But here's the thing. No more excuses, guys. We've got to take ownership. It's a choice every single day to choose where you want to go and what direction. Are we going to live in the excuses? Are we going to live in the what ifs? Or are we going to live each life as if it's each day as if it's our last? And at the end of every day, we have to be able to say, I couldn't have given it a fingernail more. I'm learning, I'm growing in leadership and mindset, and I'm inspiring other people along the way. All right? thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope this was helpful. I hope that if anything, you start to become so crystal clear when you're giving excuses, so crystal clear, right? That you learn to stop yourself and then you learn to take action. We are all busy. All of us are so busy. Same 24 hours in the day, right? I wake up every morning and there are about 10 million things I could think of that I could give as an excuse. Yesterday, I had like a ridiculous migraine, right? Not an excuse. Sat down, did the most important activities in my business yesterday. Did I do all of the things? No. Nope, I had to take a little rest, but I didn't make an excuse. I showed up, I did my yoga, I did my meditation. You know, my kids, they were wild and crazy last night. They were fighting. I didn't go into the pantry and emotionally eat. It was a choice. Everything in our lives is a choice. And you have the same ability to have discipline and willpower and consistency as I do. It is a choice, all right? And what we practice repeatedly over time are the habits that we will adopt in our day. All right, go out there with a positive attitude and a positive mindset, and let's go make it a great day. Bye, everybody.